Okay, so today we're diving deep into a book that, well, everyone seems to have heard of. Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power. It's famous,
No,
definitely.
and controversial, hugely controversial.
Exactly. It gets this reputation, right, for being cold, maybe even ruthless. But it's cited everywhere. History buffs, business leaders.
And that controversy, I think, often hides what the book is actually trying to do. Greene, he dug into history, studied the big players, Napoleon, Machiavelli, Cleopatra, Sun Tzu, you name them.
All the strategists.
Right. To pull out these kind of timeless patterns in how power works. The real point, based on our look at it, isn't go be cruel. It's more like, here's the reality. Here's how power games are actually played. So you, the listener, can spot them, defend yourself, or, yeah, maybe use them wisely if you need to. It's about seeing the strategic landscape clearly.
Got it. So it's like a historical shortcut to understanding influence.
Yeah.
And we've sort of distilled the core ideas, haven't we? Found maybe 4 big themes running through it all.
Yeah, I think that's right.
First, this idea that power itself is neutral, like a tool. Not good or bad until someone uses it.
It's the application that matters.
Second, awareness is everything. Knowing these dynamics is your main defense. Third, strategy beats emotion every time. Getting emotional is, well, a strategic
It
mistake.
clouds your judgment completely.
And finally, history just keeps repeating these patterns. Because fundamentally, human nature doesn't really change that much.
It really is a field guide for, navigating tricky situations, social stuff, work stuff. Understanding these laws helps you plan instead of just reacting.
Okay, let's jump in then. First section, dealing with hierarchy, building your reputation. And we have to start with Law 1, probably the most famous one. Never outshine the master.
Ah, yes. This goes straight to ego, doesn't it? The insecurity of people in charge.
Totally.
The core idea is simple. If you make your superiors feel threatened, maybe you're too smart, too quick, too popular, it's just dangerous, really dangerous.
Because they'll react defensively.
Exactly. Someone who feels insecure, especially if they have authority, they'll find a way to remove the threat.
But, okay, here's the pushback.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that kind of bad for getting ahead based on merit? If you're genuinely good at what you do, are you just supposed to, dumb it down?
That's the strategic knot you have to untie. It's not really about hiding your talent. It's about managing the perception of your talent.
How so?
Well, the clever move, counterintuitively, is to make your achievements seem like they benefit your superior. Make them look good because of you. You attribute your success, in part, to their guidance or wisdom.
Ah, so they feel smarter for having you.
Precisely. They get the reflected glory. We saw that example of Galileo in the sources.
Yeah, that was fascinating. He needed funding big time.
Huge funding for his telescope work, groundbreaking stuff. But he didn't just focus on the science. He presented his discoveries finding Jupiter's moons, for instance, in a way that glorified his patrons.
The Medici family. He named the moons after them.
Right. The Medicean stars. He literally put their name in the heavens. So he made the masters feel brilliant and, enlightened for supporting him. He wasn't just this lone genius outshining them.
That's a masterclass in strategic humility.
Yeah.
Calculated, though.
Very calculated, which interestingly leads us to the kind of opposite problem. What happens when you actually need to stand out?
Right. Once you're maybe more established or the situation demands it.
Exactly. Then you need Law 6, court attention at all costs. In this day and age, with so much noise, visibility is power. You have to be noticed.
But not just by being loud, I guess. The sources stress it's about crafting a presence, confidence, boldness, yeah, but also unique style, something memorable.
You want to be distinct, unforgettable even, not just another face in the crowd.
Like P.T. Barnum. He wasn't just putting on a show.
No, he was a master of publicity. He generated constant buzz, spectacle, sometimes through genuine marvels, sometimes through, shall we say, creative storytelling.
Yeah, controversy and hype.
He knew that controversy, even negative attention sometimes, keeps eyes on you. It amplifies your presence. He forced people to pay attention.
And that connects nicely to another law, doesn't it? Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. It's about how you carry yourself.
Absolutely. It's not just about fancy clothes, though that can play a part. It's about projecting an inner sense of worth. People really do take their cues from you.
If you act like you deserve respect.
People tend to give it to you. If you act small, hesitant, unsure, they'll treat you accordingly. Your presentation shapes their perception of your value. It gives that attention you courted some actual weight, authority.
Okay, so that's navigating superiors and public image. Let's shift gears now to the more covert side of strategy, concealment, deception, decisiveness.
Right, this is where it gets deeply psychological. Law 3 is key here. Conceal your intentions.
Why is that so critical?
Well, think about it. The moment you lay your cards on the table, you give everyone else a chance to react, to block you, to undermine you, to prepare their own countermoves.
Mystery gives you an edge. People waste energy trying to figure you out.
Exactly. And the sources really hammer this home. The more predictable you are, the easier you are to control or defeat.
So how do you conceal things effectively?
Misdirection is often the tool. Greene talks about creating a smokescreen. You talk up minor goals, decoy projects. Keep people focused on the wrong things while your real plan moves forward unnoticed, until it's too late for them to stop it.
There was that quote, something like, show the world too much of yourself, you give them power over you.
That's the one. Silence about your true aims is your shield.
Okay, that leads us into probably the most intense-sounding law. Law 15, crush your enemy totally. This feels like where the strategy gets really hard-edged.
It does sound harsh, doesn't it? But the logic, again, is presented as purely strategic, not emotional. If conflict is truly unavoidable and you have to defeat an opponent, half measures are dangerous.
Why not just weaken them, contain them?
Because, strategically speaking, mercy can backfire badly. An enemy left wounded, but still capable. They have motivation, revenge. They might wait, gather strength, and strike back when you least expect it, maybe when you're vulnerable elsewhere.
History's full of examples of that, I suppose. Exiled rivals coming back.
Exactly. Leaders who showed mercy only to be overthrown later by the very people they spared. So the lesson here, however uncomfortable, is that finishing conflicts decisively prevents future, possibly worse, trouble. It ensures stability.
All this action, though, the concealing, the crushing, even the public performance, it all needs timing, right?
Oh, absolutely crucial. Law 35. Master the art of timing. Patience isn't just a virtue here, it's a strategic weapon.
What does mastering timing actually involve?
It's about understanding the rhythm of events. Greene talks about different kinds of time. There's the long time, slow, patient preparation, setting things up. There's force time, speeding things up or slowing them down to disrupt your opponent. And then the end time, that perfect moment to strike for maximum impact.
Knowing when to wait versus when to pounce.
That's the essence of it. It's the difference between a strategic masterstroke and just a reckless move.
Okay, this is where it gets really into people's heads, moving from timing actions to understanding motivations. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew.
Yeah, this one is pure psychological leverage. The idea is that basically everyone has a hidden vulnerability, an insecurity, an unmet need, a deep-seated emotion that kind of controls them. That's their thumbscrew.
Their weak spot. But how on earth do you find that? It sounds almost like mind reading.
Well, the sources suggest it's less mind-reading, more meticulous observation. You watch how people react emotionally, what makes them flare up, what kind of praise do they just lap up endlessly, what are they secretly desperate for, respect, affection, security, money.
You're looking for the hidden patterns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Testing the waters subtly. It's data gathering about their inner world. Real influence comes when you understand someone's core drivers, maybe better than they understand themselves.
Fine.
That knowledge is power.
Knowing others' weaknesses gives you leverage. But you also need to protect your own position, right? Which brings us to Law 40. Despise the free lunch.
Ah, yes. Independence. The sources are really strong on this. Anything offered for free often comes with hidden costs. Obligation, dependence, loss of control.
It's the idea of strings attached.
Always strings attached, usually invisible at first. That favor, that gift, it creates a debt, a psychological pull.
But wait, in today's world, collaboration is huge. Partnerships, mentorship. They often start with giving freely. Is this law saying reject all help?
Not necessarily reject all help, but be acutely aware of the dynamics. The core message is about maintaining your independence. Insisting on paying your own way, minimizing obligations, it demonstrates self-reliance, autonomy.
Because the moment you're indebted.
You've given away a piece of your strategic freedom. True power, according to this view, rests on being fundamentally independent, not beholden to anyone, avoiding that trap of obligation.
Independence. And finally, flexibility. This feels like the ultimate law. Law 48. Assume formlessness.
This is presented as the pinnacle, yes, because rigidity is weakness. The moment you become predictable, fixed routines, fixed strategies, a fixed identity, you become a target.
Easy to anticipate, easy to counter.
Exactly. Enemies can learn your patterns, exploit your habits, pin you down. Formlessness means being adaptable, fluid.
changing tactics, approaches, even your appearance if needed, like water, right? Taking the shape of whatever container it's in.
Precisely. Being strategically unpredictable. A moving target is much harder to hit. It's about ultimate adaptability to achieve your goals.
So, okay, we've gone through quite a range of these laws. What's the big picture here for you, the listeners? Not just a history lesson, is it?
No, not at all. Our analysis really boils it down to maybe three key takeaways for practical application. First, understand human nature. That's the engine driving all these laws: ego, fear, insecurity, desire. Recognizing those in yourself and others is step one.
Right.
Second, cultivate inner calm. Emotional reactions are almost always strategic mistakes. Staying cool under pressure lets you think clearly.
And the third thing.
The overall aim isn't about becoming some kind of, cartoon villain. It's about building emotional intelligence, leadership skills, social awareness, so you can recognize manipulation when it happens.
And navigate power situations intelligently.
Yeah.
Play smart. Have agency.
Exactly. Power is a game, whether we like it or not. The goal is to understand the rules, all of them, even the uncomfortable ones, so you can play effectively, with strategy, with style.
So we've covered a lot. From managing upwards in Law 1, making the boss feel smart,
To courting attention in Law 6, mastering timing.
all the way to this ultimate need for adaptability in Law 48, formlessness.
Yeah, that adaptability is key. But let's leave you with a final thought, a kind of strategic puzzle that arises from all this.
Okay.
If Law 5, protecting your reputation, your public image, is so vital, the cornerstone of power, as Greene calls it, how do you square that with Law 3, the absolute necessity of concealing your true intentions?
Appearing consistent while secretly maneuvering.
Exactly. There's a constant tension there, isn't there, between the image you project and the plans you hide. Managing that paradox, appearing reliable while remaining strategically flexible and hidden, that takes constant vigilance, deep strategic thinking. It's a lifelong challenge, really.